Get back! Get back! Get back! Get
I don't know
back!
how much more I can do. That's really hard to do.
Get back! Get
Do a long one. Howdy, fellers. Welcome back to Into Turn 1. I'm David, and sitting across from me is...
Jacob.
And this week we are recapping everything that happened over the Silverstone race weekend. But before we do that, what you been up to, dude?
I mowed the yard today.
Damn.
Yeah, I did that before I came over here. No, I took off today from work, so I had a nice little 5-day vacation. But what did we do today? Went grocery shopping. That was pretty much it. Took a nap. Took a good old nap. Played some... I guess I'm not allowed to say what I've been playing because it's still...
You can say it, I'd imagine.
I guess you just can't put gameplay
Yeah, like
of
it's
it.
not showing anything.
Or it's just the skate beta. Been playing that because they actually, like, back whenever I was already in it, there wasn't like story mode missions, and now they've like added all that, and so
was it more like, I guess, session in that sense, or not session, but Skater XL. Was it more like Skater
kind of,
XL?
but there was still challenges. Like Skater XL just never had challenges. It was just free skate all the time.
Gotcha.
And which, I mean, that's how Sessions is too. Which I think Sessions has a story, but it's like non-linear or anything. But which, I mean, it's not like a crazy story on the skate games either. It's just how you do these challenges.
You gotta sell these skateboard decks.
So they have added a lot more to it, and it's been a lot more fun. So there's just a lot more fucking grinding now. Pun intended.
Like I was gonna say.
But yeah, so played that, and then freaking mowed, and well, we ate dinner, made a freaking cheeseburger, smash burger.
Okay.
But then she made sweet potatoes and some sliced carrots, and some chopped up zucchini. That's the first time I tried zucchini.
Ever? Really?
It was roasted zucchini.
How do you like it?
It was good.
Well, no, you haven't. You should try zucchini noodles.
I feel like your mom's made those.
It's the only reason I know what they are.
But I don't know if I ever tried them or not.
It sounds off-putting. I'm not gonna lie.
Because they're just like, I guess, sliced into thin
It's
noodle
a slimy
shape.
noodle that's green. So at first you're like, but once you season it up with everything, it just kind of tastes like everything else.
Like
you're
butter.
Eating. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's all this one tastes like. It was just like buttery goodness. So, but it was really good.
I still can't do stuff like squash.
No, I don't like squash. She's had me try squash, and I didn't care for it. And then butternut squash, which I was not a fan of. And then she said, yeah, next time we'll just try mushrooms. And it's like, I already know I don't like mushrooms.
Dude, no, yeah, you got
I don't
the
like the
right
texture.
mushrooms. The right.
I was telling her about
mushrooms.
Nick, we can cut it out. Nick, was it chili or spaghetti that he made that had like the big honking mushrooms in it? I was telling her about that, and I was like,
That was bad.
it was too much.
That was bad.
It was like, I didn't like that. So I just been off-putted by mushrooms in general. But yeah, pretty basic day, I guess. But it was, the reason we took the 5-day vacation was, which we didn't go anywhere, we just fucking stayed home. But it was 4th of July weekend, because this episode comes out after the 4th. But very hot 4th of July this weekend.
My God, yeah. We were
Terrible.
unfortunately blessed with the most beautiful clear skies we've ever seen on the 4th of July.
No shade.
Nothing. Where we are, it just historically either downpours or is the hottest day of the year where we
Yeah.
are, and we landed on hottest day of the year, and it sucked.
Well,
It
because
was
there
very
used to
bad.
be trees where we go, and they were
Mhm.
just like, no, we'll cut them all down.
Yeah, let's just get rid of
It's
all
just
that.
like, bro. So there's nowhere to fucking hide except like inside. So we did stay inside majority of the day, but still decent fireworks show. It wasn't the best it's been, but I don't know.
It's always 50-50, because even like going downtown for like the car show and stuff this year, it was just like, which you never know, because like, you know, one year it'll be kind of like it was this year, where we've got a lot of local guys that go to all of the car shows. So if you go to a car show 1 month, the
You'll
next
see
month it's going to be the
everything.
exact same
Yeah.
show. So it's a lot of people that just know each other. But every now and then, like, stuff just shows up. Because I remember a few years ago there was that Ferrari that just, that's nothing that would be around where we are.
Yeah.
We are nowhere near that
We're
kind
not
of
Ferrari
stuff.
money.
So one of those just kind of randomly showed up from like way across the state. So I always go to see if anything cool shows up, but
Yeah.
was disappointed
It's
this
not
time
like
again.
freaking Somerset.
Nah, dude.
Jumping.
Jumping the freaking General Lee over
But
the
it's not even a
fountain.
General Lee. It's a Crown Vic that had body panels just welded on it, and they were calling it the General Lee. But still,
Did you see that it sold?
I was seeing they were selling it. I didn't know how much it sold for.
Someone sold the jumped car for $18,500.
Okay, we were saying like probably 5 or 10 was gonna be the thing, but some idiot was gonna pay freaking close to 20 grand for it to find out. Oh, it's just a Crown Vic.
Yeah,
But
apparently we need to go to Summer Nights Cruise. If you don't know what we're talking about, just get online and look up Summer Nights Cruise car jump, because it's like the coolest thing
and you probably
ever.
have seen it, just like
probably
because
seen
there's
it
a
at this
lot of
point.
coverage on it.
I'm so happy it's blowing up like it is, because oh man.
Some guy on one of the news stations, I don't remember which one it was, but he called it a red convertible.
Really?
Jake showed me it at work, and he was getting flamed in the fucking comments of it because it was like their work page posted it. And he's like, yeah, they jumped a red convertible over the Somerset fountain. So, yeah. But anyways, what's been new with you? How was your day? How was your weekend, your month?
My weekend was fine. It was fine. I had Friday off as well for the 4th. I had to work Saturday. It was a blur.
Yeah.
Everything was a blur after the 4th, honestly.
Did watch the F1 movie again.
I did watch the F1 movie again. It's just as good on the second watch. I don't know if I have anything extra to add from, before. It was, I mean, like I said, just as good on that second watch. I did notice just kind of a small thing. Max Verstappen is the only driver with a speaking line.
Yeah,
But they
with actual
plucked it.
voice lines.
Yeah, they plucked it from a radio that he'd made about Lando. I cannot remember which race it was last year, but when he comes over at Monza and he was like, "Oh, that was naughty." Like, I remember him saying that.
Yeah. It wasn't never he was mowing the yard, was it? Never
I was trying to, like, that popped into my head, and
because I don't know if he said that. Then he just said he was using a freaking lawnmower.
I just remember it being about Lando, but I don't remember exactly what.
It's
So
always about
if
Lando.
you remember, be sure to yell at us in the comments below this episode.
Calling us freaking fake
Fake
fans.
fans. And on that note, let's talk about the race.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to go over with this race.
Yeah, this one actually kind of wrote itself,
Yeah.
which is great.
And it's because of the freaking rain. Like, I'm a big fan of
The great equalizer.
the great equalizer.
No, yeah,
The freaking downpour that happened.
real quick, before we even go too much further into the conversation about the race, can you bring up our predictions that we made at the end of last episode? Because they're wrong.
Oh, they're dead
They're wrong,
They're dead
100%,
wrong.
I feel like we can lead with
I
that.
think it's been so long since we've freaking did an episode. Because that was towards the end.
Oh, didn't you write it down?
Oh, I did.
You did write it
Yes,
down.
Thank you. So our F1 predictions for Silverstone. David had
Oh.
Norris.
Hey.
So you did Norris,
That's one.
Hamilton,
Oh,
Kimmy.
oh, what did I do?
Which I had Piastri, Max, and Russell. So we were like, you had Lando winning it. I had Piastri winning it. And so I had Piastri first, Max second, Russell third. And you had Norris winning, Hamdog second, Kimmy on podium.
The Mercedes boys were nowhere.
Mercedes got fucked.
I got to stop riding that bandwagon after. See,
After
like at
one
the end of this, I'm not
race.
going to be like, I think Hulkenberg is going to pull through.
I don't know.
We're going to get that P2 next week, baby. But okay, so we were a third right. If we combine our predictions, we're
Well, no, our predictions were very off. Well, no, we got 1 out of 3 on each,
yeah.
except like mine was Piastri got second instead of first.
Hey, it counts.
But
It's up there.
Piastri would argue that it does not count.
So yeah, I mean, really, going into the weekend, I hadn't really checked, forecast or anything like that before the race started, so I wasn't even thinking about it being a wet race. So everything starting up, and they're like, "Yeah, the track is actually drying, so we're going to see how it plays out."
Well, that's how I like before the race, because we watched it later on in the day because I had to go pick up my mom from the airport, and but I saw on YouTube like the F2 highlights, and it was just like fucking hell of water and like safety car in front, and then like just all the cars spitting up all the water, and I was like, oh fuck, it rained. And then we watched it way later on in the day, but yeah, like I mean, even the first, as soon as they did lights out and they were going in the first turn, like you just saw all the water kicking up.
Well,
And
hell,
was
it was
just
even like when
well,
they
the
did the
formation
formation
lap,
lap, and they
yeah.
came like, I guess it was like 5 or 6 of them just dove right into the pits to switch. to
Yeah,
soft.
yeah.
And me and you, I remember both were just like, because I had not seen that happen in a race to that extent of as many drivers.
No, it was
diving
half
in
the
like
grid.
that. Yeah. So the start of the race, I was already like, oh, it's gonna be a mess. And no, man, the second they left the starting line and I saw all the water shooting up from everybody, I was like, oh no, it's too wet still. It's so wet.
freaking wet. But yeah, so that was the crazy of the beginning of the race was just the fucking formation lap. But you get into lights out. Because it was what Max was on pole.
Mm-hmm.
And then Piastri was second. So, what was Norris? Was he up there?
I'm pretty sure Norris. Hang on. Yeah. So the starting 3 were Verstappen, Piastri, and Norris.
Okay.
And Russell.
And Russell.
I don't know where he went, but he was up there. But yeah. So honestly, between them, it was pretty standard. There wasn't anything crazy. I guess Piastri just, swooped in and kind of took the position from him.
Yeah.
Because it was either that or he dove in for softs and they took the position from him then.
Well, Max was leading it
Yeah.
for a while. And then I think Piastri just ended up overtaking him. And then, I mean, there was so many fucking safety cars and shit because...
Oh, yeah, dude. There was like 6 fucking safety cars.
Because literally every rookie except Behrman ended up going
that's right,
out.
because lap 1 pretty much turned 3, I guess, is when Lawson just like... In the background of that one shot, you just see it like sliding sideways and they cut, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Here we go. The safety
it was
cars
lap
were,
3.
Yeah, they were out from the beginning of the race, essentially. And that was what was kind of sad, was it was just watching all the rookies just kind of fall out of the race.
One by fucking one.
I guess, yeah, Kimmy did act. Yeah, because he rear-ended Hadjar.
Yeah,
That's
which
what
that was
happened
never,
to
it was
Kimmy.
just like, well, no, Hadjar rear-ended Kimmy. Because Hadjar showed his helmet cam, and he just hits the fucking back of Kimmy.
No, you're right. Yeah,
And-
because Kimmy's diffuser was just like
the whole
gone.
ass end was gone.
Okay.
Because Hadjar shows his helmet cam, and he's just going along, and then just fucking car.
Driving in the just thickest of mist, though,
Yeah.
in that helmet cam.
And so he came over and was like, I did not see him. Like, I'm sorry. And it's like, I mean, I couldn't fucking see him either, dude. But yeah, so Hadjar went out pretty quick. And then,
Yeah, double DNF for freaking Racing Bulls.
yeah. Because Liam's
Shit.
just,
That's what sucks for
God
Liam,
damn
because
it.
last week was his highest finish in his F1 career,
yeah,
6th, which isn't bad
it's
at all.
not.
I just
But it
hate,
is if you're Stroll, though.
yeah, piece of shit.
yeah,
We'll get to that.
yeah. I hate that kid. But yeah, so I mean, it was bad weekend for a lot of the dudes, but because Liam DNF'd. But I mean, hell, like everybody was just going off because at one point, after pretty much all the rookies were out, like Alonso went in for softs whenever they thought it was clearing up.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the first one and then sliding everywhere. And then Russell wanted to be freaking top dog and couldn't, did a fucking 720 leaving the fucking pit lane.
He did the sickest move I've ever seen on track, honestly.
Like, so many of them went to softs and it wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff on track. Like that shot of the Hosses too, when they both spun each other
in
out,
sync.
just synchronized spin out in that corner.
Yeah, it was fucking sick.
Because that confused me before they showed the replay, because it just showed Behrman like cutting all the way through that grass.
Yeah.
And we were just like, well, I mean, okay,
It's wet.
you can do that.
But yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of shit going on. Because, I mean, that's what I had in my notes was the rain and then all the rookies DNFing. So, but at one point, I mean, I don't even remember if it was the last safety car they had where Piastri was in the front.
I don't think it was the last safety car, but to kind of explain what that was, Piastri was leading the race, and following behind the safety car. As the safety car lights go out, Piastri mashed his brake pedal, and when he did so, Verstappen came pretty close to ramming up his ass end. Had to quote unquote take evasive action. And Piastri got slapped with a 10-second time penalty for reckless driving under safety car conditions. This is a very hot topic at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people
This
dogging
is-
Piastri for that.
Oh, dude, the Piastri hate after this weekend, I'm ready to fucking fight.
Yeah, some people are
All
so
day.
quick to fucking switch up because Piastri doesn't
Oh boy.
like he doesn't really make mistakes and doesn't get mad. Like, and if he does make a mistake, like he owns up to it. He's not like trying to blame it on everybody else. But no, I've seen a lot of comments are just like, yeah, like the difference with this and this, like Piastri fucking did it on purpose, and it's just like talking shit. It was a bunch of Max fans,
Mhm.
obviously, but it's just like, I don't know, because you watch the replay, like as soon as that safety car, like the lights go off, like he's pretty quick to respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was already 4 other safety cars before that Piastri was in the lead for that did the same thing.
And what's crazy now is Verstappen has even come out and been like, I don't know why he got that penalty, because other people have done it and they didn't get the penalty. So why did we start here?
Because you bitched about it, Max.
Well, apparently he didn't.
But I know he did internally. I hate him.
Just shot a text to GP real quick so it wasn't on the radio.
Texting on his little freaking steering wheel.
He's got one of those old like sidekicks. Full keyboard. Yeah, full screen flip.
Apparently they're bringing back the sidekick. Fun fact.
What?
Yeah. But I don't know if it's going to be, like, if it doesn't do the slide thing, like...
No, the screen cannot just slide in a straight line up. It needs to rotate.
Yeah, it
over
needs to do the
and
bullshit.
do the bullshit so I can.
Because that's what phone was on Skate 1. Like, that's the phone you had on Skate 1.
And they had a fake version of it on Zoe 101. Do you not remember? One of them, it was like a movie or a special at the end of the series.
okay,
They were
yeah.
all given like different colored ones. And as a kid, I was like, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I need that phone.
Yeah. I want the pear phone from freaking Victoria's.
Yeah, because I had
Fruit.
iCarly too.
Yeah.
Dude, the freaking Carly verse had some sick tech. I'll tell
Gnarly
you that.
tech. Yeah.
But no, yeah, back to everything with Piastri. Like, it's been really, really weird today because like it's been nothing all season, but just like man, this Piastri guy's kind of got the freaking
Got the
got the balls for this. And then one race where he is butthurt about a penalty that he got. Everyone's like, this is the most unsportsman bullshit I've ever. Like the McLaren boys are just fucking.
They're
stupid.
fucking just
Like,
kids.
what the fuck? And it's just like, man,
Because I've seen that, like, even they got flack for not celebrating the podium more with Hulkenberg. Like, I don't know if you've seen that.
yeah, I've been seeing a bunch
But
of.
they were celebrating with their team, and they were like, yeah, they didn't even, like, shower Hulkenberg. And it's just like, it's because their team did good. Like, they're going to celebrate their team.
They got a 1-2, and they had one of the guys up there that's probably never been on the podium, so they went straight to him to spray him.
But no, just because they didn't hard swear. And I get it. Like, they still celebrated with Hulkenberg. And because the Mercedes garage and I think it was Ferrari or McLaren garage gifted them more champagne.
I saw a clip of that where the girl from Mercedes brought the signed bag over.
Yeah.
And they fucking spraying it.
Because Kick didn't have enough bottles of champagne to celebrate Hulkenberg's freaking podium.
I got cracked up watching that because they just like sprayed all the champagne and it went all over the floor underneath of them. And those are like very shiny, clean floors. And my first thought was one of them's gonna fall.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did. Probably didn't. But like it was, I noticed that and the camera turned and I was like, that'd be kind of funny.
Pro gamer move.
But no, yeah, we definitely at least got to talk about Hulkenberg for sure. P19 to P3. What the fuck?
Because, like, it sucks because, I mean, we had it ruined for us where we did watch it later on in the day. Because usually, like, if it's like a super early race for us or anything, like, we won't watch it until later on. But
and when we say super early, we mean like the 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. time frame.
yeah, like Japan, China, Australia, like, those are usually the big three, like, we'll have to watch the next day. So we usually go on a media blackout and just try not to scroll on anything. And
that is much harder to do on the daytime races.
Yeah,
like it's impossible. Not because at this point I'm so I follow everything F1 on any of my apps.
Yeah.
So I guess you said you saw it on YouTube.
I saw it on Facebook from our
On Facebook.
Yeah, and like I don't follow any F1 stuff on Facebook, but it was some random guy that I've been friends with for years that is an F1 fan and shared the Hulkenberg podium, and I was just like, God damn it. I was like, I can't get through one fucking time where it doesn't spoil for me. So, like, we already knew Hulkenberg got a podium, but honestly didn't know which place on the podium he got. But then whenever the race started and we saw that he started in P19, we're just like, how the fuck does this man go up to P3 or P2, whatever it was? And
he also got up to P5 and stayed there very quickly.
Yeah,
so
because he went from P18 to P10, and I guess it was like in between each safety car and like people wrecking out and shit.
So when the second round of rain came, he went in a lap earlier
than everybody.
Else, and then got his inters put on.
Yeah.
I think that had a lot to do with it.
Because then he stayed out on inters, and so like everybody starts falling back and wrecking and shit, and Hulkenberg just very quietly just snaking his way up front, like nobody's paying attention to Hulkenberg.
And it's been hard in the past to get excited when I see midfield teams up so high because of pit stop like reasons and things like that. Because like you'll see Nando up in like P5 sometimes, and you're like, oh, and then he takes a pit stop and he's like P13 for the rest of the race.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, never mind.
Like you gotta always pay attention to those freaking pit stops because it does change the whole trajectory of the race.
But man, just seeing excitement for someone on the podium like that was cool because it's rarely happened since we've been watching. Like, obviously, I mean, there's been moments like Leclerc winning Monaco and stuff like that where everyone was just like, yeah. But like everyone just chanting Nico over them trying to interview the McLaren boys. I was like, yeah, this isn't about Norris today. No one fucking cares that Norris won his home race. This is Nico's day.
Well, it's just like never Russell won and Kimmy was up there. Like Kimmy got his podium and everybody gave a fuck about Kimmy and not Russell. Like,
it's not Russell's day.
No.
It's never Russell's
and so,
day.
No, it's not. He's going to lose his seat because Max is a fucking ass. But yeah, so Hulkenberg even, like, was it last 20 laps or whatever, like, had Hamilton behind him the whole time.
He successfully
and
defended
like
Lewis
defended freaking Hamilton in a Ferrari, which I know the Ferrari sucks this year, but like, I mean,
It still takes skill.
100%.
Yeah, like I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do it. There's no way.
No, I would have wrecked out as soon as the fucking track was still wet.
I would have been like called Pinto on the formation lap and been like, the car.
The car. So yeah, shout out to freaking Hulkenberg. The man freaking deserves it. And even like, they've gotten more points this year than like the entirety of them being on the fucking
one race. They went from P9 in constructors to P6 in constructors.
Yeah, that's the first time they got a podium since like, what was it, 2012
in Suzuka
in Japan. Yeah, and
that was when they were just Sauber.
Yeah,
this was way before the steak kick Sauber.
Yeah,
back in the good old days before we knew what was going on.
Fucking kick.
How old were we in 2011, 12? 15.
Yeah, 14, 15.
We would have been so much cooler if we knew about that.
Yeah, I didn't I probably knew Lewis Hamilton, but that's it.
That's the thing.
Didn't even know he drove F1. Like, I just knew the name.
Yeah, like I don't know how I would have heard it, but like even before we started watching, I just knew that name from somewhere.
Yeah. It's kind of like knowing like Dale Earnhardt, like even if you don't watch
Or like Peyton
NASCAR.
Manning.
Yeah.
Like it's
like,
just one of those
just big
athletes.
names. And
but it's a shame we never heard like Schumacher or like Senna,
Schumacher,
any of those
fucking
names.
Alonso. Like, I would have followed him more if it was Alonso.
I've mentioned it before, I think, but like if we had known about it in school, anytime we would have had to write a paper,
Oh, it would have been
just wrote it
so easy.
Would have been so much easier. Oh my god!
Because I would have just done it for everything. Like, even like the book projects and shit. Like, I would have just done like
Found a book.
Yeah,
Just someone
how
has
to build a
written book.
car, how to build a F1 car. But yeah, I don't know.
Really, the only other thing I want to mention from the race is fucking Stroll. 'Cause I'm mad about it.
Well, because that was because I did make a couple notes, but I mean there was the Oscar's penalty, but it was whenever Oscar got that penalty, and I mean seconds later, like Max fucking spins out, and
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Max
yeah.
spinning.
Because I guess it was like the next lap or something, but they're just going and Max just fucking.
It was 2 turns.
It was 2 turns. Okay.
Yeah, it was 2 turns after.
And I think it's because he was so fed up from having to brake so hard, and then he just fucking goosed it and just.
He fell back to 10th.
Yeah. From
Oh
fucking.
man.
Because he was second. Because I remember I got up and just stood behind Tyler, and then it was just like, oh, Max is spinning out. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with this
Never
race?
happened. I've
So
never seen Max
much.
spin before.
So that was like, I mean, that ruined his whole race 100%. But I mean, he still got his way back up. Like, Max didn't finish terrible at all.
He ended in P5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was like
behind
P4 or
Hamilton.
5. But, yeah, I guess it would have been P5. But, yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's not Max's year. Like,
Man, same.
too many things are happening with Max this year, and,
That number 33 coming back for him.
yeah.
Just staring at him from the corner right now. Ain't gonna have that number 1 on his car next year.
No. But freaking Piastri is. But I did feel so bad for Piastri, even whenever they're doing like the interviews after the race.
This is the first time the world has seen angry Piastri.
Upset Piastri. Because he
It
didn't
started
even.
last week.
Yeah.
It definitely started
Yeah.
last week. But man, he was.
Because usually he holds his composure. Like, even if he's like had a bad race, he'll be like, yeah, bad race this week. Like, it's not ours. But this one, he was just like, I don't have anything nice to say because I will get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble, so I'm just gonna step away.
Yep. This is Nico's
Thank you.
day.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm glad because I don't even think he really shouted out Norris. He was just like, yeah, this is all about like Nico. And I think that's what was so funny was Norris, like, obviously it's his home race and wanted it to be like 10 out of 10. But I mean, Nico's been in this shit for 15 years, even retired and came back, and still, like, just never fucking got nothing, and just always came so close because he's always been in a shit car, and finally...
Anybody from any other team could have gotten that podium spot, I think, and
It still would have been
Norris-
Nico.
Yeah, like
Like-
Nico, like this was the point of him going to Sauber, was Project Podium,
Yeah.
and he did it. So like, I guess he can retire now. Actually,
I mean, he got what he needed.
yeah, that's all he wanted. Is that podium?
Because I've seen so many freaking edits of just, like, Hulkenberg edits.
Dude, Hulkenberg edits have
Where it's
gone
just, like,
so hard
him
over the
spinning
last
out,
day.
like, the Renaults and everything else when he was in that. And, like, they're just like, Hulkenberg's the longest driver without a single podium in his career. And it's just, like, him sitting there with, like, I mean, just, like, probably obviously wrecked out in some race. And he's just, like, upset. And then it's just him, like, whoa!
I always think back to the first season of Drive to Survive when they have the Nico episode and he's
Yeah.
talking to that group of kids and that kid's just like, well, how many races have you won? And it just like shows Nico standing there not saying anything.
Because, I mean, it sucks. Like, he's been in the game for so long, but
15 years.
it's because he had his lucky charm there in the garage with him, freaking
Oh,
K-Mag.
K-Mag, baby.
Because K-Mag's been doing his other side quests with doing 24-hour races and everything else he's been doing.
I saw him with my own eyes.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Did you tell him to suck your balls?
I wasn't close enough.
Suck my balls, mate.
They'd stretch that far, though. He could have.
And you probably got kicked out. Like, hey, that's very rude to say to a driver.
He offered. He can fuck
K-Mag
smash.
or Hulkenberg told me to. But yeah, in case y'all didn't see it, good old K-Mag was in the garage for Hulkenberg's freaking time, which is crazy that he wasn't in Haas's garage, like he was there for Hulkenberg.
Yeah, he specifically went for
like,
Hulk.
So it was good.
And he was in there for the whole race because they showed him at the beginning and the end. He
Yeah.
got the P3, which I thought was cool. I always love to see K-Mag around.
Yeah. Which I didn't even like them that, like, early on. Like, I was just like, God, these guys kind of suck. Like, blah, blah, blah. And now, like, I mean, being more into it after fucking 3-4 years, like,
I just have respect
oh,
for all of them
yeah,
at this point.
except Stroll.
Except
He's a
Stroll.
fucking whiny little ass.
Oh my god, this boy ends up in P7 and on fucking team radio. If you haven't seen this, if you have F1 TV, I highly recommend going and checking the
Just the driver comms.
yeah, just the driver cam after the race, because it's not going to show it on the broadcast. But as he's coming into the pits, you know, they're just like, good job today, P7, good place. This fucker comes over the radio and just goes, I mean, it's the worst piece of shit I've ever driven, but yeah, P7. What the fuck?
Because he was P3. And then Hulkenberg ended up passing him, and we're just like, all right, well, Stroll's going to get fucking P4, and then Hamilton passed him. Somebody else passed him. Somebody else. And it's like, this is where Stroll comes out, and it's just like, obviously just gave up. And it's just like, yeah, biggest piece of shit. And it's like, dude, P7's not bad. Like, you guys have been doing pretty dog shit. And, I mean, he's been doing better than Alonso this year. Like, if Alonso would have got P7, like, I mean, he
would've
just
been-
got his first points in fucking Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they would have been ecstatic if Alonso got P7. But it's just because he's a ungrateful fucking kid who'd rather be playing tennis and eating maple syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it's just really hard for me to ever like Stroll just because he just doesn't act like he wants to even be there.
I just can't even make myself try at this point. I've tried to have pity for him,
Yeah.
and you look into him, and you're just like,
Well, he'll just come out with some outlandish shit that he says, and it's like it's kind of hard to fucking back you up on this, dude.
Like, I want to know why him and Ocon are so close.
Yeah.
Because him and Ocon are like
Best friends.
and I want to know how that happened.
I don't know.
Do you think they go see all the Marvel movies together?
I feel like they would,
Like, they would never go to the F1 movie premiere, but
but they probably put on their Infinity Gauntlets, and
Oh,
they're just
yeah.
like, dude.
Captain America.
But yeah, pretty wild fucking race.
It was.
It was definitely the best one of the year.
It's between this and Australia.
Yeah.
It's always the rainy races, man.
It just made
Brings
it
it
so
out.
much more entertaining. Because, like, I mean, strategies fucking change, like, which I'm sure they were more prepared for this race. But, I mean, a lot of those dudes weren't because ended up with, like we said, every freaking rookie ended up going out of the race. And,
Hadjar was on plan C for combat.
yeah,
Tried to take out that front wing.
so many fucking safety cars. But yeah, so Hulkenberg's going to do it again next race. Because, I mean, this year he has been, like, coming up,
Well,
like,
so
a lot of the fucking races.
you saying that, I saw a thing earlier where it was like a block of, you know, a lot of his races this year. And he's done a lot of, like, P16s to P fucking 5.
Yeah, like P7.
19 to P3
yeah,
or, you know, P17 to P5.
literally freaking Hulkenberg, baby.
Look at him.
He's on the front row page on freaking F1 app. 5 winners and 5 losers from Silverstone.
Oddly enough, this did make me follow the Kick Sauber Instagram page.
Yeah,
Because I don't know why, but ever since that team showed up and I knew it was going to be like a temporary team anyway, I was just like, I'm not going to get invested.
yeah.
But now I'm invested. I want that Osiris shoe on the podium multiple times this year.
My freaking Spa is
Is it
not
2 or
the-
3 weeks?
it's July 25th to the 27th. To the 27th.
Okay, so that's 2 weeks away.
Do I have to work? I'm off.
I'm off. Does that mean episode at Spa?
Okay.
Hey, F1, if you're listening,
Give us a seat.
fly us all the way to Spa-Francorchamps and we'll record an episode at the race.
The Formula One
Say
Moete and Chadon Belgian Grand Prix 2025.
Say it faster.
I don't know. They'll say it in Spanish.
How do you say that E?
I don't know. Like the Moet. Is it Moete or is it like Moet?
Moete.
Moete. How would Davide say it?
Formula 1 Moete. He'd be real fucking loud about it.
Yeah, he'd be ecstatic. But it is a 9 a.m. race.
Oh, that's so good.
Freaking, and qualifying's at 10 a.m. Yeah, and it's a sprint weekend.
Oh boy, that's actually. Are we sure? Well, yeah, it's on here. I've been
Yeah.
misled with sprint races this year a couple times.
Yeah, it's on the F1 thing.
Okay, cool.
So it's actually is a whole ass fucking good weekend.
Yeah, hot take. I like sprint races. They're always good. It makes
Yeah.
the whole weekend is better when there's a sprint race. IMO.
Because even in our Discord that we have yet to plug,
We have a Discord? We do have a Discord.
into turn 1, you were in there.
Holy shit, we
Because
do.
I found all those racing bots, and like there's the one where it'll, like that weekend it will show all the fucking like times and shit for everything.
We really got to plug our stuff.
Yeah, we don't plug nothing.
Oh boy. We'll do that here in a minute.
But we also haven't posted in our Discord, but I think we're still trying to figure things out with that as well.
Well, hey, if you guys want to also figure out the Discord with us, we will definitely drop a link to that in the episode description this time around.
Yeah.
That way we can if there are people listening already, I'd love to talk to you. I want to know who you
'cause
are.
I want to know
We
why.
can be buddies because there's not a big group yet.
And you can be in the know-how.
Yeah, you can be into turn 1 with the boys.
I think we should get like the first like 20 people so we can have a full grid like
Oh,
into turn
shit.
1 and have like give them all special names or something for the first 20 people.
Okay. I'm
And like
good.
give them
Yeah.
like a driver name next to them or something.
Oh boy.
Well,
Okay.
somebody's gonna have to be
So
strong.
are these the first 20 people in the Discord?
Yeah, like besides me and you, like 20 actual people
We're
that
just the
join.
race commentators.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
Crofty.
we're Buxton and
We're
freaking-
Buxton. I don't want to be Buxton. He's a freaking
I want to be
traitor.
Cold Heart.
I want to be Davide.
Davide. I will say during the race it was fucking hilarious because they were talking about whenever Hajar hit Kimmy and Cold Heart was saying that, yeah, this happens a lot in other races, like with rain, like with this driver and this guy. Me and you were just looking at each other like,
Yeah, he
yeah, you got to talk
he'd say another
about.
duo that happened to, and we'd look at
Yeah.
each other and we'd be like,
It's like you found
he's forgetting one.
a big one that has been on the internet for a long time.
I actually watched that clip today of Coulthard or Schumacher fucking ramming Coulthard.
Yeah.
Coulthard. Coulthard.
We're just like cutting his fucking shit in half and
Fucking
No,
trying
it
to throw
was-
hands in the garage.
yeah. So I thought it was hilarious that he did not mention that one.
Well,
but
it's like Coulthard not mentioning that is like him saying the McLarens had plenty of space going into turn 1 at Monza. They did
Yeah.
not. And
no,
I'm never going to forget that. 'Cause it might have been the
plenty of
most
space.
incorrect thing he's ever said.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
I do love me some DC though. He's a
It's weird too this year because
funny
like
character.
you'd always throw on like a qualifying session and DC would just kind of be there, but like there's less of that now. So now when you throw
Yeah.
on a race and you hear DC's voice, it's like, yeah, my
Yeah.
man.
I just want more Davide.
They need to let
Every
him in the
freaking-
comment.
every
dude,
yeah
for a
in the,
race.
in the commentator, the whole freaking like hour and a half race.
My favorite Davide quip is when he just goes, "Wah!" like really loudly. So I'm just imagining like mid-race.
There's probably a reason he's not in that commentating box.
Because it'd be too good. They
Yeah.
know that they would sell too many subscriptions to F1 TV.
Because he does carry it. He always brings the freaking pizzazz.
He cares so. That's the other thing. When we were watching the post race from Austria, and they were just
Yeah.
like, "What do you think this driver would do? And what about you?" And then he just stone cold was like, "Anyway, back to Haas." He
Yeah.
did not give a
He
shit.
cares about the small teams.
He wants to care. He only cares about the sport. He doesn't care about the what ifs about the driver.
Yeah.
He's here for facts, and I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah. I love that. I actually ended up following him on
Dude,
Instagram.
yeah.
I was just like, I'll see what Davide's up to. Because his profile picture's like, I guess whenever he was a racer, like back in the day.
He looks freaking handsome as hell, too.
Yeah, he's a lot
That hair
different.
swoop. I was at work today, and it randomly, because my headphones it'll read like notifications to me when I have my headphones in, and I was just working, and it was like, Davide Valsecchi has gone live on Instagram, and I was like, and I like couldn't get connection on my phone to see what he was doing, but I was like, I gotta be there.
What was he?
I don't know what the fuck is he doing. He's just like Hulkenberg.
It probably was for freaking Hulkenberg.
I would do anything to be in the same room as him when he saw Hulkenberg get that podium. Because we've talked about this before, but Davide loves Hulkenberg. And
Yeah.
I bet he was the happiest man in the Italian countryside.
Because, I mean, there was that one interview with Hulkenberg, and Davide's just like spouting off all this stuff, and Hulkenberg's just like smiling. He's like, you really know your
he
stuff.
wasn't even really asking questions. He was just like, this
No.
is why you're the best and my favorite driver.
Yeah.
I was just like,
And
this is
Hulkenberg's just got a big old smile on his face. It's like he deserves to be up there.
Oh, speaking of adorable, I did forget to mention Gabby at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Like jumping past the fin.
Sprint.
That shot of
It's just a
fucking
blur.
Yeah, Norris just like looking at his car and then the blurry Bortoletto running
Gabby.
past him is so funny to me. But no, yeah, him running past just to fucking dap up Hulkenberg. Like that's
I even came over the comms.
you're a
was-
fucking legend, honestly.
Yeah. I do love me some Bortoletto. I'm glad he's on that grid.
See, people like Bortoletto really make me regret not watching like the feeder series, just because like I don't know anything about Bortoletto, and I wish I did, because he just seems like one of the drivers that I would really love, especially after.
I feel like
seeing-
Bortoletto will be there for a while.
I do too. 'Cause, I mean, he was
Like
F2
he gives
champ
off
last
that,
year.
yeah,
Like, he's-
and he gives off that energy, like where he's not like. Sorry to say this, Lawson, but like Lawson, I don't see him being in F1 a crazy amount of years. But Bortoletto, like, I guess it also helps that Alonso is his fucking manager, basically, and like he'll tell him all the right things to do and like keep him there for a long time. And so the Bortoletto's just got that energy where I think he'll stick around for a long
Do you
time.
think Liam will have a seat next year?
No,
Really?
no, I don't see it. I think they'll change up their. I think Hajar will probably stay in a racing bull.
Better, man. I really,
Because Hajar has been doing good.
I really don't want him to just be like, yeah, I can handle the Red Bull, and then just get the
'Cause that's
second
what
driver
Yuki
treatment.
did.
All these second drivers. I mean,
Because, like, I don't see Yuki being in a Red Bull next year
I
either.
don't see him being in the sport next year.
No.
I think this is Yuki's last year.
Because they're not going to put him back in a racing bull. Because even, like, I think Horner Helmet said, like, there's only so much you can do on our junior team.
Mhm.
Like, because it's not a Red Bull. And because if Max does make that crazy trade to Mercedes, I don't know if Russell will take a Red Bull seat or if like who's going to take that seat, because then they'll probably have 2 open seats, because I don't think Yuki would stay either. Like, I think they'll clean house and just get rid of everybody except Hajar.
Man, I don't know, because if that's a weird thing to think about, because if Max does leave, I don't know if they would immediately sack Yuki at the end of the year, because at that point he's the only person that has experience driving that car.
Do you think they'll put him in like first seat?
No, I don't think there would be a first driver at Red Bull. I think you would see Red Bull fall to mid-tier or midfield team until they can get the car figured out, which I think personally it's kind of anyone's guess for next year because of the regulation change. But just based on second driver abilities that we've seen, unless they get Checo back. Checo was able to at least
Because
place
he's
the
still
car sometimes.
he's still in talks of a lot of things. Like, I see Checo's name still get brought
Right.
up by like even Cadillac or
But
Audi.
just
like-
imagine, take Max out of the equation, start of the year.
Sorry.
Use the Racing Bulls lineup. Liam in the second seat, Yuki in the first car. How would it be different? Because Lawson for the first 3 races, P20, P20, P19. Yuki has placed higher.
yeah,
That's how it would be. You'd have Yuki placing optimistically P11 to 20, and then you
Yeah.
have Lawson P18 to 20. So you would see them completely fall off of any competition. That's what I think would happen if Max leaves the team. In that wild scenario where those 2 are the drivers as well. Which, I mean, obviously they have other options. They have junior drivers they could bring up, but I don't want Hadjar to make the decision too quickly and then get bullied out of the sport.
yeah.
Is essentially what happened to Liam. I don't want Liam to go back because it's not going to work out for him. And it's not working out for Yuki. So, I don't know. Watching what happens to Red Bull, if not at the end of this year, over the next couple of years, will be fascinating.
Do you think Max will leave Red Bull this year?
I don't know, man. I guess it all just depends because he's got his contract's to 28. However,
But he has
performance
clauses.
clause and everything. I guess it's just up to him because, I mean, even through this weekend, he was pretty, like, it'd be cool to finish with one team. Don't you think that'd be special? Like, asking the question back to reporters, but it's weird to throw a question back to the reporters. That's how I
Yeah.
kind of see it. So,
I saw somebody trying to say he's going to Mercedes because on iRacing he was driving a Mercedes, but that's the only car that's on iRacing that's an F1 car is the Mercedes team car. And so it's like all the comments are like, that's the only fucking F1 car on iRacing. And it's like, oh, well, that makes sense. But I don't know either. But I mean, fuck, Hamilton switched to Ferrari super quick. And
but it also just didn't have the ramafications that this would.
no.
That's what I think makes it different. Like, of course, it was a huge deal that Hamilton left Mercedes, but they had what they believe is the second coming of Verstappen ready to put into the car. To my knowledge, Red Bull doesn't have the second coming. And
Yeah, the Mini Max
like it's
fucking
just,
coming
it's
up.
not someone that they have in their lineup. So
Because, I mean, Kimmy has been able to fill those shoes pretty fucking well. And, like, I don't know. If Max does end up going to Mercedes, like, Kimmy's obviously going to stay because that's Toto's fucking kid.
sure.
I think so. I think they would get rid of Russell.
I don't know, man. Because
Or do you think Kimmy would end up being a reserve driver?
Because I've been reading some stuff on this today, and like, you cannot discount George's performance this year. It would be the same mistake Ferrari made letting Sainz go, in my opinion, if they let George go. Not that Ferrari's, fucking swinging dick or anything this year. It wouldn't
Right.
be too much different, I don't think, if Sainz was with this car. But, man, I don't know. it would be really disappointing if they kicked Kimi out so soon. So I doubt that they would. But it would also be really disappointing if they dropped George just for the idea of Verstappen being with Kimi.
See, but I think that's what they're after.
That's what I
is
think too.
a 4-time world champion. Like, they lost their world champion, and they've seen where Max has dominated the last 4 years. Like, I think they'd be very quick to just dump Russell and take on Max, because Max isn't going to want to be a co-driver with Russell because they fucking hate each
It would
other.
never happen. But you know what
No.
Max would do is take Russell's seat because he doesn't like him.
Yeah, and he knows he can do
And
it.
Verstappen historically has taken things from people.
Like a wife and a
I was
child.
thinking
and
about that
a
the other day
seat
too. Like,
and
yeah, he took Kvyat's seat.
family.
He took Kvyat's entire family. Now Russell's made him mad. He
Mhm.
probably didn't have beef with Kvyat, but he has beef with Russell to the point
Yeah.
that he's not just going to take his seat. He's going to get him removed from F1
Yeah.
so that he doesn't have to worry about George anymore.
No. And like I can just see it happening because he's a very petty person.
Which I haven't seen any like meme pages like make memes about. Like, I feel like it's pretty clear that, you know, like George would be the 75% chance driver that they'll drop.
Yeah.
You never see memes of people like the line of things Verstappen has taken and then Russell's seat at the bottom of it.
Guess it's time to make one.
Make it.
Gotta make a F1 meme page.
We have that actually. If you follow us at intoturn1.pod on Instagram, there's no posts, but this could be the first one.
That
You
could
could
be.
have just heard the freaking source material.
We do need to get on
Yeah,
that. The Instagram and the YouTube and the fucking Discord.
Hey,
and-
listen, we had to get these first 5 episodes out of the way. I have to start paying for this now.
Yeah.
So now that I'm paying for it, it's going to feel more like I have to do
Have to,
things.
So, I mean, we can do that, and then, I don't know, maybe have a YouTube upload along with this episode or something, or maybe like hard drop it during the week, and just have Tyler make a,
Little floaty background.
yeah,
If you're watching this on YouTube while listening to this like part of the episode, this probably feels really meta
yeah,
because we're talking about what you're watching before it even exists.
yeah. But it's cool.
I bet it looks really cool.
I hope so. Do you think there's little little visualizers every time we
There
talk?
could be a little audio
or
visualizer on there,
like-
yeah. Maybe a little like F1 car slides across the screen,
every time we talk?
or just like right now.
You better freaking line up with that. I'd be really pissed if it doesn't. But no, we'll start working on our fucking uploads everywhere else, and working on the Discord and shit.
And remember, if you're one of the first 20 in the Discord, we don't know how we're gonna do this yet, but the fuck was
Hello?
that? If you're one of the first 20 in the Discord, we don't know how we're gonna do this yet, but you'll be on the grid, and we'll
Mhm.
figure that out once you're in there.
We'll have something.
So check that link in the episode description.
I was about to say
I
bio.
think that's where it'll be, or just click on it in your headphones right now. Take you right there.
Boop.
So what do you got for next race? What do you think's gonna happen? It also loves to rain at Spa.
It does. But I don't
So
know.
maybe.
I've had such terrible predictions.
Yeah, we don't have a good track record so far.
And
100% a McLaren is going to be up there.
yes.
It's probably going to be Mad Max Fury Road, Oscar Piastri. I don't know just yet though.
I got Piastri taken first.
There's only 8 points separating Norris and Piastri in the championship now.
I think Norris will biff it.
Dude, how the fuck did he catch up so quickly to him after losing every point? Like,
I don't
if
know.
he didn't fuck it up in Canada, it would be so close right now, dude. I don't know if it would necessarily be tied, but I mean, he fucking 8 points, man.
Yeah.
Damn, I hate that. Piastri was so close to having a full 25-point advantage on him. Had
Yeah.
a whole fucking race win ahead of him.
And I really don't want to see Piastri just slowly start dropping.
Well, no, I don't think he will. I think we're about to watch the modern inter-team battle. I think we're going to see this
Well,
regulation
because they were even saying that they treat each driver like totally different team. Like they don't play a
Each
team
side of
game
the
a lot
garage,
of the time.
like these last two races, I've noted that too. They'll say that each side of the garage is playing their own race. It's not like a team thing at this point.
Yeah.
So I think
with it being that close, like it's just gonna be like one person team driving.
over these last two races, we've definitely figured out for sure that Piastri truly cares under that very humble, emotionless gaze that he has.
Yeah.
There is a fucking fighter coming out all of a sudden. And I am apparently the only person, we're the only people thrilled to see it. Everyone else is just like, unsportsman. I'm just like, guys, this is good. You're getting a second Iceman right now.
Yeah.
Legitimately this time. He just wasn't talking before. Now he's mad.
And he doesn't want to say anything because he'll get in trouble. But yeah, I'd say I've got Piastri on pole.
I do have to say real quick, him saying that like he did a couple times, it sounds like a really mad kid in class. He's like, well, I can't say, I'm going to get in trouble if I say anything. So
he did keep bringing it up, even in the cool down room. He was like, "Yeah, apparently you're not allowed to break
he
under."
wanted to talk about it, so
was just
like, man, just speak your mind, do it,
Yeah,
take that fine,
get it out.
take the fine, it's okay.
Yeah, Piastri was not having it this whole weekend after that. Like every interview and everything, he just wasn't having it.
But yeah, predictions. Sorry.
Yeah, so Piastri getting the dub, getting on pole. Fuck, I don't know. I'd love to see a Williams up there. And I mean, anything can fucking
It's
happen.
gonna happen for him this year.
But I don't think it will either.
Like I love
They're still working on building the fucking cars.
I love the idea of it happening for him, but I just don't see it because they've already cut upgrades and everything for this car. No more are coming this year. They're full head on 26 car, which is good. I'm curious to see how they'll start, but I feel like everybody else is caught up to like the quote unquote advantage they had at the beginning. So I don't know. I hope they do though. I'd be happy about that.
Yeah. I'll say so. Piastri. I'm gonna throw Max up there again, and we'll do Leclerc. So I'll put that on the.
I had to do a quick peek at last year's results for Belgium.
Let's say who won.
You had Russell winning and then getting disqualified.
Oh,
Never
okay.
forget. Russell did win last year, but was disqualified post-race. I don't remember what for. So after disqualification, it was Hamilton, Piastri, Leclerc.
Okay. So I just said Piastri, Max, Leclerc.
So a technical 1-2 for Mercedes last year, but Hamilton ended up with the win. Piastri was up there, and Norris not, though? Sounds familiar. So if that's the case, I'm going to put Piastri in first because he's fucking got that dog in him right now. Then I think I'm going to put... I really want a Ferrari to do good, so I'm going to put Leclerc.
In second?
No, I'm not going to put Leclerc in second. Fuck.
Are you doing the same prediction as me? Piastri, Max, Leclerc?
I can't. No. Hang on. We're going to do Piastri.
Yeah.
We're going to do Norris. And we're going to do Russell. I'm going to put Russell on podium because...
Okay. You're going to put Russell on podium?
No, not in first, but I'm going to put...
Okay, just on podium.
Yeah, just on
three.
I'd say Piastri first, Norris second, Russell third. That's going to be my prediction for this one. He needs redemption for last year. He ain't going to win it, but he's going to be up there.
No. He ain't get freaking disqualified. Okay. I think we'll at least get maybe 2 out of 3 on this one.
I have a good
One
feeling
of us
about
will.
that. I have a pretty good feeling with that. Well, all right, guys. I guess that brings us to the end of it.
Tune in next week. No.
Follow us on Instagram at intoturn1.pod. Join our Discord. Links in the description below.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram at Yiko_GT. Follow Jacob on Instagram
What's my
at
handle?
jsmithy_MS3.
There you go. I didn't even know that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey!
And my Instagram's private, so you'll have to request. So,
And we got another 2-week break. Maybe there'll be content on those other places. We also have a YouTube, so you can check out our YouTube channel, IntoTurn1.pod as well.
yeah.
Look.
Maybe we'll just link everything in the...
Everything will be in the episode description for this one. I'll go back and add it to the other ones too.
Yeah. I didn't know you could do
Sure
that.
can.
So,
You can do anything with ACAST.
anything. Yep.
So, all right, 2 weeks till Spa-Francorchamps. We'll see you there.
Bye.